Hey guys, welcome back to a Rare Breed podcast. My name is Avi, the host. Let's dive right in, shall we? Alright, so let's start firstly on the subject of Donald Trump and his conviction. We all know that it's bullshit. I mean, it's just bullshit, right? The charges that he's got 34 felony charges and they're all fucking bullshit. I want to go into every charge, right? But again, there's 34. And it just blows my mind, right? That and he made a speech about this. He did make a speech shortly after the after it all, right? And he did point out that like if they could do this to him, they could do this to anyone. That's the first red flag, right? But the second thing that everyone should be focused on, I mean, really focused on, right, is the simple fact that he he's being drugged through the mud for no real good reason, right? I mean, in reality, every charge is bullshit. If you look up the charges, they're all bullshit, right? But we've got actual criminals. And I've said this before, actual criminals roaming the streets, getting away with basically murder on the streets. And we're charging Donald Trump with 34 felony charges over bullshit. Like, I mean, we're talking mishandled documents. We're talking it's absolute ridiculous because like I said, we have legitimate criminals. I mean, just that same fucking day in New York City, somebody was running through a fucking restaurant with a machete. For real. This is not a joke. These are all events that took place. It's amazing that we've got what we've got going on. It's amazing. And people actually think that he's the criminal. People actually are like, oh, Donald Trump is a felon. Well, you know what? I don't give a shit because that's one felon I'm still gonna vote for. And you know what's even better? I looked it up. I had to confirm for myself because I obviously I've read the Constitution many times, but and I made a TikTok video about this, and I will go into that in a little bit. But yeah, I made a TikTok video about this because I had to confirm. I had to go through my pocket Constitution, which I don't have it on me at this current moment, but I double checked it, went through, I skimmed my pocket Constitution. Excuse me, god damn it, I do that every time. Anyway, and it doesn't actually say anywhere in the Constitution, at least as far as I know, because I did just skim it, as I said, but it doesn't actually say anywhere in there that a convicted felon cannot run for president. Obviously, back in the day, nobody in their right mind would have voted for a fucking convicted felon, right? Like, it's just, obviously. However, today I feel like that's an entirely different scenario. I'm voting for a felon. What about you? Are you voting for a felon? I'm pretty sure a lot of you are. I'm pretty sure the average American is going to vote for a felon this November. But going into that little topic, right? The election this November. And how people are going like most American citizens, I'm pretty confident most American citizens at this point are in fact going to vote for Donald Trump. Fully confident, especially after the conviction. I'm almost certain the conviction is the icing on the cake, right? By the way, look at my shirt. Yeah, let's go, Brandon. Fuck Joe Biden. Anyway, So here's my I guess you could say a prediction. I'm I'm slightly worried that, you know, I'm slightly worried that they're going to try to use this whole thing to get Donald Trump off the ballot. They can't, however, they cannot. And I was saying this before. I looked up through my little pocket constitution if it was possible, if they could try to get him off the ballot, and they can't get him off the ballot. Not with not even as a convicted felon. If he would have been charged with an insurrection, which they tried to, but they didn't charge him with an insurrection. There's no charges of an insurrection. He was accused, but he wasn't charged. So if he would have been charged with an insurrection, for sure, 100%. There's not even a Republican that could have fought that he could not have been, like, he you could have taken him off the ballot easily. But he wasn't charged with an insurrection. Not one of those 34 bullshit charges is an insurrection. So you can't take Donald Trump off the ballot. No matter what bullshit charges you charge him with, you can't take him off the ballot. It's it's the simple fact that, they can't take him off the ballot. He can still, and he is going to win the American vote simply based on the fact that they have convicted him. That's obvious, common sense, right? However, speaking with, my my boss and knowing the information that I know, we are at this current moment, American governments in states all across the country that have, especially these like sanctuary states, like my state, for instance, Colorado. They are basically pushing forward these illegal immigrants. What do you want to call it? Their citizenship. That's what it is. Sorry, I had a brain fart there for a second. But yeah, they're pushing for their citizenship to, I guess, be moved forward faster. They will basically all of the illegal immigrants that were brought into this country in about 3 months will officially be legal citizens. They will fully be able to vote come November. And I know I've said this before, but I'm pretty confident that they have brought in the exact amount of numbers, the exact number of people to essentially win the election by vote. Because they can't steal it. I said this before. They can't steal the election again the way they have. Because we're watching. We're watching, right? They can't steal that shit again. But they can steal it with votes and try to do it the right way, right? Yeah, no, it's still not the right way. They're still stealing it. They're just trying to do it the better looking way. That's obvious. And if you don't, I mean, it's terrifying to think that they've brought in millions of people to vote for one guy, and that's going to actually outnumber the American vote. It's terrifying that there are that many people. And I was telling my wife this because, the only reason it's going to outnumber the American vote is because a huge majority of real American citizens don't even vote. And they won't. They won't vote. Why? I don't know. They don't want to vote. They don't care. They don't think that their votes matter. Like, I get it. I get it. There's a lot of reasons why people won't vote. I'm not saying it's the right thing to do. I think if you are an actual legitimate American citizen, it's your fucking duty to vote. But, what do I know? All I know is that there's over 300 million American citizens, like legitimate American citizens in this country, and not all of them vote. So like I don't know, what is it, like 10 million illegal immigrants that they've brought into this country are gonna outweigh the, like, I'm gonna say roughly like 500,000 American citizens that legitimately go and vote every 4 years or every 2 years. I mean, you have to think about that. Like, there's a huge majority of American citizens that don't vote. Are you gonna vote this November? That's the big question. Do you care what happens? Because you should. If you have never voted in your life, this should be the time you do it. This November. And who are you going to vote for? Are you going to be dumb? Or are you going to be smart? That's the real question here. I just had to get that out. I just had to, just point out that this election is a big fucking deal, right? And we have to pay attention to the fact that they are up to something. They have been up to something for a hot minute now. We can't just be like, just forget about all the other shit that's been going on. We still have all these illegal immigrants in this country. And why are they here? What are they doing? They're not here to start wars. Obviously, no terrorist attacks have happened, right? They've been worried about terrorist attacks, but no terrorist attack has happened. Why do you think that is? Why do you think that is? I don't think there's going to be a national emergency. The closer we get and the more things start to play out, the more it's obvious. The more it's so obvious. They're going to steal this election with the numbers. They're going to try to do it the legitimate way. It's not going to be the legitimate way, but they're going to pretend like it is. And they're going to have the numbers because they've officially made all of these illegal immigrants real citizens. It's legal. It's legal. That's what it's going to come down to. That is my prediction. Mark my words, folks. Mark my words. Mark this episode. Save it. It's what's gonna happen. Promise you. And it's gonna be just like it was in 2020, right? Where we go to bed, like, yeah, Trump's got it. Trump's got it in the bag. I'm gonna go to bed. Wake up the next morning. Shit! What the fuck happened? Yeah. Only it's not gonna be people fucking walking in the middle of the night dumping fucking loads of ballots. No, it's not gonna be like that. They're gonna actually have the numbers because they've forced all these illegal immigrants to fucking vote for Joe Biden. So, yeah, that's my prediction. Mark my words. That's what's gonna happen. However, I am still voting for a felon, so as an American citizen, Donald Trump has my vote. Plain and simple. Also, I do plan on using. This is the next little episode or next little topic I'm going to. Sorry, I keep like I change on you guys all the time. Anyway, I do plan on using StreamYard. I don't know how well this is gonna work out, but I mean, if it does work out, I might convince my wife to let me pay for it. So who knows? We might use StreamYard in our future, and it might be more. There might be more visual episodes available. So stay tuned for that. Wow, I burped twice in one episode. That's terrible. I'm so sorry. It's the coffee. I don't know what it is, honestly. But yeah, anyway. I might be using the StreamYard platform to record some of my episodes here in the future, so stay tuned if you want to watch them. I don't really know how this is going to work out, so we'll figure it out. But for now, let's see how I enjoy this StreamYard platform, shall we? And speaking of like platforms and stuff, I don't know if y'all know this, but I'm officially censored on pretty much all streaming platforms, all of them. I mean, all platforms in general. I can't post anything on Facebook. I can't post anything on TikTok. I can't post anything on Instagram, fucking YouTube, Rumble. I can't post anything on anything, right? Nobody sees anything. I don't end up on anybody's timelines. It's rare. And like, I was saying this on TikTok, and I've said this a few times on TikTok. I only get like 200 views on each video, and then it's over. It's done. The video just dies. So, doesn't matter what kind of, like, if people are trying to comment, I try to comment back, it's try to get it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. And I don't know if it's because of my content, which it could very well be. And one guy actually commented. He actually commented on the video and was like, "Yeah, I just viewed your content, and you're worse in their eyes. You're worse than a single white male," which is entirely true. It's entirely true. At this point, to the left, I am straight up worse than a single white male. It is what it is. But I'm sorry, a straight white male, single straight white male is what it was. Anyway, so yeah, my whole point here was I'm censored on basically all these platforms because they hate my content. And if you yourself enjoy this content, right? Like if you like it, if you're digging it, if you agree with me sometimes or whatever, you enjoy this. Please, for the love of God, share it. Interact with it in some way, shape, or form. Do whatever you can to get this out there because I mean, fuck man, it's hard to get any of my content out there when no platforms want to allow me to put it out there. Super annoying. Super annoying. Yeah, so share it whatever you can, do whatever you can. Um I do want to quickly mention that I am going to be having a special guest this month, right? It's June, special guest. I have my special lesbian that I found on TikTok. And, it's funny because she's like getting more famous as the moments go by on this platform. I mean, even Donald Trump has like tweeted her on his, Truth Social. It was actually really cool. Um she's becoming very famous, but I also like I cannot wait to have a conversation with her because I can tell you right now we're probably going to be like best friends. We are, I mean, it's like we're the same person. We're not the same person, but we are the same person. It's going to be so much fun to actually have a conversation with this chick. And if you know me personally, you're going to be listening to this and you're going to be like, "Well, wow. If you guys are you guys related? Like have you guys been friends for years and this is just like a setup?" This is the first time we're gonna have a conversation, and it's gonna be so much fun. Um, her name is Melissa. She is TikTok famous. It's super cool that she even agreed to do this with me, and we have officially set the date for June 25th. And I'm not sure if I'm gonna try to do like a live stream. I might try to do a live stream. I don't know. You guys will have to let me know. If I do a live stream, are you gonna tune in? Like if I do the live stream, it'll go straight to YouTube. I might be able to do Facebook, but I don't know how to. I don't know. I don't know. It won't let me log in. So, and I honestly that it would be such a hassle to try and get myself logged in to Facebook. So I might not do the Facebook live, but I will be able to go live on YouTube. So if it's something that you guys would be intrigued in and you would tune in and enjoy that, I could potentially do just a live chat and we could just have a fucking great conversation live and everybody could just suck it up. Um that being said, please let me know Obviously, if that's something that you would be interested in. If not, I can just do pre-recorded and put it out for you. Whatever. Anyway, I just had to throw that in there that she is her name is Melissa. She's the lesbian. If you know, you know, right? Cuz she is famous and she is a lesbian. She's a huge Trump fan, Trump supporter, huge. She's funny, she's cool. So, if you know, you know. And stay tuned. She'll be on my show. It's going to be super exciting. All right. So one of the last few things I want to talk about here really quick is I wanted to give my 2 cents on the whole Palestine Israel thing because and the protesters in America because it's been a while since I've been able to do a ramble session, a real good ramble session, right? And I don't know what that was. Sorry, my computer just made a noise. Pretty sure it's going to show up on there. Anyway, yeah, so I it's been a while since I've been able to do a ramble session about this specifically, right? And it just it boggles my mind that we had. I'm sure it's still going on. Actually, I'm pretty sure it is still going on. But last month I didn't get a chance to ramble on about this, obviously, because I was trying to conserve my podcast time. But they were running around in American streets and at universities protesting for a country that essentially fucking hates us. They hate us. If you're an American citizen, they hate you. Like, that's just the way it is. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. There's no, that's it. That's it. And it just was like mind boggling to watch all these stupid fucking college students, especially college students that are already fucking indoctrinated, right? You're already paying thousands, hundreds, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars to be indoctrinated, and then you wanna go stand in the streets and protest for a country that fucking hates your indoctrination. I mean, basically, these countries like, and I said this on my TikTok as well. That whew, my dog just farted. Oh my gosh, man. Sorry. Oh, that was real bad. Real bad, Bruce. You are one stinky dog. But don't get a Boston Terrier, by the way. Boston Terriers, they're adorable. They are great. They have the greatest personalities. He's my favorite little creature on the planet. However, nobody fair warned me and fair warned my wife how fucking stinky they are. It doesn't matter. You have to, like, straight up feed these dogs special diets because their assholes are terribly stinky. Their gas could clear a room 100%. If you wanted to clear a room, just put a Boston Terrier in the middle of it. Make sure you give him some bacon. Anyway, back to my bullshit rant about these fucking protesters. So, yeah, it's still mind-boggling that not only are they standing out there protesting for a country that does hate them, and that if you know anything about the culture over there, those Arab cultures, they fucking hate Americans. They hate American culture. They hate Western society in general. Like, they even fucking hate Canadians, for God's sakes. Like, they just hate us over here. They hate us. Period. And you've got people out there in the streets fucking protesting for him, and it was really it's it doesn't make any sense that they're out there like free Palestine, and it's like, what are you talking about? Free Palestine from what? Terrorists? Terrorist organizations? Yeah, everybody can get behind that for sure. I'm pretty sure everybody's like, yeah, nobody wants to be at the hands of terrorists. But at the same time, you do have to understand that Palestine has allowed these terrorist organizations to run their country for at least a decade, maybe more. I don't know exactly when it was that Israel and Palestine officially like parted ways. I think it was either 2012 or 2014. One of those 2 years. Regardless, it's been over a decade. Okay? That Israel has had any real say in what goes on in Palestine. I mean, that's just a fact. That's the truth. There's no sugarcoating that. There's no conspiracies behind that. That's legitimately what happened, right? It's real. And it just it makes no sense how these people are standing in the streets saying free Palestine. Free Palestine from what? Cuz I mean in reality they don't even want to be free. What kind of freedom are you talking about? Because they don't want western society freedom. They don't have that and they don't want it. They don't want it. Women over there are not free. And you know, not only the women they got it rough over there. They got it rough for sure. But you've got gay people. You've got gay people in the streets of America protesting for Palestine. I said this on my TikTok. Do gay people realize what these Arab cultures do to gay people? They don't like gay people over there. And I said this, it's not an over exaggeration. That's the truth. Arab cultures, they don't like gay people. And you can look that up. Google that. Arab cultures don't like gay people. It goes against their religion, believe it or not. You've got these people out in the streets hating on Christianity and how hateful Christianity is and forceful and blah 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 and dangerous and blah blah blah. But yet they're supporting a religion that hates them, hates their way of life, would kill them. And and I've said this, it over there in those Arab cultures and those Arab religions and those Arab countries, they will legitimately kill you if you're gay and drag your dead body through the streets, and that's how everyone knew you were gay. And it's not fake news. It's not an over exaggeration. That legitimately happens over there in those cultures because that's the way it is. They don't believe in gayness. It's against their religion. And yet you've got gay people supporting that. You've got gay people supporting those types of cultures. Why? I don't know. Do they not know this? No, they probably don't because they're fucking ignorant. They don't pay attention. You hear something on social media or on mainstream media platforms about one specific thing and you automatically go down that road and you jump on that bandwagon. That's exactly what happened. Mainstream media and social media portrayed Palestine as this like poor innocent group that's been terrorized by Israel when it's not only the opposite, right? Because if you go back in history, Israel has technically been harassed for even existing at all by Arab culture. That's historical fact. Israel has been threatened by Arab culture for hundreds of years. Well, at least 100 years. That's a fact. And yet you still have these dumb, ignorant people out here saying that it's the other way around and it makes no sense. Do you not know what history is? And what kind of history are you learning, man? It makes no sense. What's going on? How stupid are people? People are pretty stupid. It's actually pretty mind boggling. Yeah, I just had to bitch about Palestine and what's going on, especially with the gay people. Because, it doesn't make any sense how gay people are like, yeah, free Palestine. You do realize that if the war ended tomorrow, right? Let's say, magically, let's say the war ended tomorrow. You think gay people are going to be allowed to go vacation in Palestine? In Iran? In Jordan? No. No. You think you're going to be accepted in Egypt? No. No. It don't work that way. They don't believe in your kind over there. It's not safe. Like I could never go to Iran or I couldn't go to Egypt. It just but and I know I'm pretty sure I've said this before. The the biggest gay pride or gay rally, right? In the world is held in Israel. That's not a joke either. That's not a lie. It's true. The world's largest gay pride parade or gay pride celebration is usually held in Israel. So, I mean, it makes no sense to me. But, again, what do I know, right? What do I know? All right, so the last thing I do want to talk about here, really quick, is P. Diddy, because, I didn't get to rant about P. Diddy, right? And I watched a documentary about fucking Epstein. And I know I talked about that in my last episode. Um, that fucking documentary was interesting, right? To say the least. I'm not gonna say it was great because it wasn't, but it was interesting. And if you are intrigued by the whole Epstein thing, it's worth the watch. But the one thing that I did want to point out and remind people of is, yeah, most of society did just kind of forget about Epstein. They kind of just put that on the back burner, right? I don't want this whole P. Diddy thing to go on the back burner. And right now, especially right now, it is. Nobody's talking about P. Diddy anymore. What's going to happen with him? Is he going to end up dead? There are so many questions. There's so many questions and so many unanswered questions and there are so many things to uncover with the P. Diddy thing. And there are so many things that do keep coming out, however, get swept under the rug by these other topics, like for instance, the Donald Trump case. You can't let certain things go under the rugs because there are certain other things bigger. No, everything is a big story in America right now. And the one thing that we should be focused on as American citizens is focusing on the stories that affect Americans, right? I don't give a shit about what's going on in another country. I'm sorry, I just don't. There is way too much going on in this fucking country for me to give any shits about any other country right now. Because in reality, none of these other countries give a shit about us. None of them. Not one country would stand up for us at this current moment. Not one. I don't believe it. I don't see it. Where you can if you could point out a country that would stand up for us, I would love to see it. But I don't see a country right now that would stand up for us. Like full force, give us aid, give us money, give us anything that we needed. No, there's not one fucking country that would do that for us. We do that for everyone. We do that for anyone. But would anyone do that for us? Fuck no. So I am done. I am done giving a single shit about anybody else but us. And I think that's the way every goddamn American should be. Stop caring about any other stories. Stop caring about any other crimes. Stop caring about anything that goes on outside the borders of America. Period. That's all I got, guys. Oh man, I needed that little rant session. I really did. I needed it. I appreciate you for listening too. You guys are my rock stars. You really are. I I'm excited for this month. I'm excited. I mean, obviously, I'm not excited that it's officially June 1st, and that means all the rainbow flags are going to be out in everyone's faces. So that really does suck. It really does. I'm sorry that this is this is the way that it's going down. And I was even talking to my wife about this morning. Um, Pride is not what it used to be, right? I know I've said this before. We always talk about this, right? But yeah, Pride is it's become a joke. Is what it comes down to. Pride is not, because it used to be just the one day, and now we have a whole month, and we're not even celebrating anything that means anything. We're making a mockery of what many gay people before me have fought for, and what many gay people around my age have fought for. Us gay people fought for a lot of fucking regular freedoms. I just wanted to be able to walk down the street and not get weird stares, not get judged, not get bashed, not get fucking harassed, right? That's all I wanted. And we got that. All I wanted was to be able to love the person I loved forever, if that's what I wanted. I got that. So what on earth are people out there pushing for anymore? And why do we have a whole month to celebrate something that we have achieved? I can understand a week. And like I told my wife, I can understand a week because you have celebrations from all the way from the East Coast to the West Coast of the United States of America. Totally understand it. A week is understandable so that you can get all the celebrations that you need to get done in a week. But an entire month now? What do you need a month for? What do we need a month for? Why are we so special that we get a whole fucking month? We're not special. And I know I said this on the trans in interview. We're not fucking special. Nobody's special. Well, I didn't say that. He said that, but I mean, in reality, there's nothing special about me. There's nothing special about any fucking gay person. There's nothing special about a trans person. There's nothing special about us. We don't deserve a fucking month. We barely deserve the week. We do deserve a day because we did fight for our rights. Duh. But yeah, this is just my apology for this upcoming rainbow smack in the face, basically. Everybody's gonna get smacked in the face with the rainbow in the next like 30 days, so enjoy that. Enjoy your rainbow bullshit, I guess. I'm gonna be repping my American flag. This is my pride flag. Right here. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, guys. I really do appreciate you, and I hope that everyone stays safe. You enjoy yourselves. Stay tuned for the next episode, and yeah, stay tuned for my interview.